Hello. You
Hey.
had pressed the button, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and set that up. Let's see here.
And I'll get the stream pulled back up. I quit out of it rather than just muting it, which doesn't make a ton of sense. I guess I could also just watch your Discord stream, huh?
Watching the Discord stream is so that you have a real-time look at what I'm doing,
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
and
I'll
then
do
you
that
can
instead.
you can mute the stream. You don't have that on. So let's see
Makes
here.
sense to me. Yeah, you got the whole setup. How are you doing?
Tired. I'm usually tired during these
Mm-hmm.
things, but yeah, I'm doing
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
been a long, I don't know, week or so
Mm-hmm.
since you started doing these. How many you figure you've done at this point?
This will be the 42nd.
Whoa, okay, I was gonna guess 50. So yeah, that is quite a bit.
Yeah, the number to beat is in the 2023 jam. I did like 10% of the people there,
Boy, okay.
but that jam had 500 people in it, so
Hmm.
we're coming up on the most amount of interviews I've done actually for a single
Okay.
jam.
Yeah. I'm sure, like you said, at some point it gets harder and harder to find people because there's only so many people who are still actively engaged.
Yeah, a lot of people just get burnt out and then move on.
Hmm.
I definitely would
I
be there by now if it weren't for this format, but I really put my all into basically anything that I'm doing. So
mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been meaning to ask, what are you most getting out of doing this? Like, what are you looking for? Just creating a space for people to talk about it?
yeah,
What's the
yeah.
personal goal? Cool.
Well, it's like I think about it like this. I've always wanted to do game dev. Anytime that I took any classes in school, like when I was able to choose classes for high school, and eventually my brief stint in my local community college, um, I always thought how it fits into the into game development. Um,
Sure.
so I made sure to take math because I figured I would need math in game development. When I took English class, they had us going out and talking to people from a subculture at some point for an essay, and so I went into game development spaces. I took French because I figured that French was a more common language in the game development
Yeah.
space. But then I also started learning Japanese on my own because that's also a very common uh,
Right.
language in game development. So during those times in my life, I was like doing the whole starting and stopping projects thing and shelving things and not really having like a big
Right.
project that I wanted to do. And I didn't really know anybody in the space. Like there wasn't a common place to congregate. So I figured like this is the thing that I'm dedicated to. So why not talk to the people that have my same interests and goals and everything in
Yeah.
these? So getting everybody together, that's an awesome thing for me personally, but it's also cool to hear what people have to say, what their journeys have been like. You never know what you can learn from people. You get like a read of the room when it comes to game development, and yeah, I like being a conduit for people to sort of like form community, because I think community is also
Yeah.
very important. Like, uh,
100%.
it's not just a career thing because, um, just on principle, I'm very community oriented because I think that the world could use more community. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my partner and I were just having this conversation actually. She was a big part of the church growing up, and the community was a huge aspect of that. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, it's just built in community that we get. It's more deep because it has this religious context to it. And since kind of moving away from that, she just doesn't have as much of that in her life. And she's
Mm-hmm.
not religiously interested anymore. But that community, it's hard to find things like that outside of that context.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally understand, very much in agreement there on the importance of it, and respect for doing something and putting in all that effort to make it happen, because it is quite the substantial effort that is.
Yeah. So what should we call you? Should I just call you by your name that is on your Discord?
Yeah, you can call me Ethan. That's fine.
Okay, very good. So let me go ahead and set this up. Play, press the button. But wait, shit, that's not. Play, press the button, and then the link. But yeah, I'm assuming that you're American. You sound American to me.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so it's for instance like when people romanticize their time at college, for instance. Thank you for the bit, Sayushi. But when people romanticize their time at college, really what they're romanticizing is having walkable infrastructure.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like having a community space where everybody can like see each other, and everybody's like in the same space, and you don't get to just like hide in your house and drive 20 miles to the grocery store to commute for your groceries, and then speak to nobody and then go back home. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, the thing that I romanticize is that when I was like 12 or 13, like bordering on 13, my mom took me to the Philippines, and it was a huge culture shock because you know, being in America for your whole life and then seeing the consequences of American policy abroad, it's just like, oh, the rest of the world is not so fortunate. But the night air markets where you were walking around and going to night cafes, and like you would go outside at night and there were as many people out at night as there were during the day, and like that shit was awesome. It was like magical. So yeah, I think just where people congregate and participate in the global like human experience is just really cool.
Yeah. No, I think traveling is definitely one of the most important things for young people. I think just like broadening your horizons. That note you made, it's like, oh, not everywhere is like where I currently am, is a very, very important thing for people to realize. It's very easy to see things as they are if you don't have that, right? It's like, oh, where I'm like everywhere is like this, I don't like it, what do I do? It's like, oh, well, that's actually not the case.
Yeah, well, it was also very informative for me because America is the world's sole superpower at the moment, and a lot of the reason that places are like they are is because of us directly. Yep. So it's just like the Philippines was an American colony for a long time as well. After it was a Spanish colony, and it got ruined by a lot of other places too. But yeah, it was just a big wake up call as to like what my place in the world was, you know. In any case, is it okay to tag you in both the BIGMODE and Boneyard servers?
Yeah, yep. Absolutely.
Now interviewing, then Tucker with his game. This button.
Yeah, I think I was the only of the team to join any of the Discords, so I don't think I don't think any of the other folk can get tagged to. Well, I guess they're not here, so womp womp.
Happens.
Yeah, maybe I could. I don't know, I'll see if any of them are online, and they are not. Okay, just me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I can talk to their contributions. So.
Okay. And if you want to invite them to join the Boneyard, that's also an option.
Yeah. None of them are actively online, and so I'm not too worried about it. I don't think they would have seeked out this necessarily, but I have a team member that's very, just point me in the direction and say my name a couple times and I'll do most things. So he probably would have ended up here, but I don't know if he would have chosen for it to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no worries.
Happy to be here with you.
Hell yeah. Okay, so let me see here. Did you have a start screen to linger on?
Yes, although the volume settings only pop up after this was one of the like many oversights. If the game is too loud, you can't change the volume until you're actually playing the game. It doesn't exist on the start screen. So there is one.
No worries.
If the volume is too loud, you can back out of it.
I'll start my browser at 0 volume and I'll work my way up.
Sure, it's not blindingly loud or anything. It's just you don't have those controls.
I try to keep it at about -35 decibels, so that's about here. Okay, so once more, pin to the top, thumbnail, now playing, tagged in both servers, I'm streaming to you, And let me change the title of the stream. Press the button.
Oh my
And I
gosh,
believe that's everything.
For streamer coverage, wow.
Well, yeah, I've done hundreds of these, and I always forget something.
No, I know. Well, it's been a while. I did the streamer thing for a little bit, and it's a lot to keep track of. It's a lot.
For sure. I could literally write a tool with Godot that just does this all for me, but that takes some time.
It does.
Yeah. No, I have an add-on that lets me do Twitch integration, and I can absolutely do that.
Oh, so cool. I have a friend who builds some Twitch game integration stuff. It seems very fun.
Okay. Let me think here. What is this? Let me respond to this really quick. Okay. Okay. So, alrighty. So press the button. Let me see here. Also, thank you for the bits, Sayushi, but it is a bit destructive. So if you could hold off on your bit donations for a little bit. It's Attaboy Dev. Let me think here. Attaboy. This jam made. What the hell was it? Okay, I need to look it up again.
I mean, it's the bowling ball music game. Yeah.
Rick Slick, let him hit ya. Yes.
Let him hit ya. That song goes crazy.
Awesome. Oh, you're IRL friends. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I don't have to preface it with that. Attaboy is one of the returning members of the BIGMODE community. In 23 made Blocks for Babies, and then in 25 made With Great Powers. So tomorrow Attaboy is gonna be on.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Still making Blocks for Babies, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, of course. And then there's Pigeon Guy, of course, current developer of Car Wash Calamity. I'm sure you're familiar with them.
Oh, so cool. Yeah. Their game has it lives in a similar corner of the game sphere. It's like mini games. I took a look at it. Very fun.
Awesome. All right, so without any further ado, yes. So, hello, Ethan. I'm Jack, the developer of Moonlight Fire, and we're here with you, the developer of Press the Button. So, if you could just let me know or tell us what got you interested in the BIGMODE Jam this year.
Sure. I had been interested in participating since I heard Attaboy or Noah talking about it and his experience with it and how positive the reception for his game had been. Obviously, you need to make something good for that kind of a reception. But it's just his experience with the jam as a whole. I had been pretty interested. I liked Donkey growing up, and so I was interested for that reason. I had seen the quality games that he had been putting out. It's just a collection of things. Pretty interested in game jams broadly. This one hit at a good time. I just had some time to put towards a jam. I didn't really know it was happening until a few days before, so I kind of put my team together in the first couple of days as it was starting. But yeah, I had heard some good things about it from friends, liked Donkey, all signs pointing to it being something to be interested in.
Yeah. That's awesome. So how much time are you able to dedicate to the jam over the 10-day period?
Yeah, so like I said, the first couple of days was trying to pull a few friends together to see if we even had a team worth working with, and putting some time together to figure out what idea I might want to work on for the jam, to pitch people on it. Like, hey, this is the theme. Here's some ideas I have. Like, let's try and make this happen. Once those first few days or first couple days happened, I'd say of the next week, I was basically just working on it full time the next 5 or 6 days my birthday happened somewhere in there, so I took a day or two sort of off. So I'd say like 5 or 6 full-time days somewhere in there. So we had some solid time working on it, and I think we made the game that we wanted to make. It's not perfect, but I think we got a lot of what we wanted to get done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did it looks like you submitted less than an hour before the end of the jam, so it looks like you were working on it all the way to the end.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting story. I had a team member who I've been friends with for a really long time, and they had just gotten into game development, and I wanted to have them as our 5th member on the team and contribute, and they were away the first few days and then kind of struggling to make progress and not necessarily being the most communicative about it, as I'm sure people have had experiences with. So we were pretty much done with what we wanted to do at the end of the day before it was due. And we were like going to do some testing, fix up some small things. And then the day the jam is due, I hear back from this friend for the first time in a few days, and he's talking about the stuff he's been working on. And so we spent that last day trying to make sure that his contributions made it in. And, I just wanted him to see the work that he had done count and be interacted with by people. So we were working up until the end, but we weren't necessarily working the entire time on the last day, if that makes sense. I spent a lot of time on the last day on the store page, just getting the screenshots. I made a little trailer. Like we weren't crunching super duper hard.
Okay. Yeah,
which was nice. I've definitely had the 3-day game jam where everything feels like the world is on fire and I'm gonna die the whole time. This was not one of those, thankfully.
Yeah, that was for me.
Oh yeah. I mean, that is not to say everything is perfect. Like there's a whole bunch of things, even like somewhat core systems that I like look back on and kind of laugh at myself for having thought it was correct, but we didn't get to play test as much as I would have wanted or whatever. But all of that is to say, we did submit right before the deadline, but we were mostly okay. Not too stressful.
Awesome. So did you manage to send out playtests of the game to people like friends or family?
After the fact. Not beforehand. Gotcha. We did some play testing really early on to see if the like general broad stroke ideas people liked. I don't know if I should like talk about the specific aspects of the game yet before you had a chance to try it, but we sent out some like early, this is like a level of the game, let's see if people like even think the concept is interesting. And we did that a couple times. We did not have a chance to test like, okay, sit someone down, here's the full game, play through it, and let me just stare at the screen while you play and like take some notes. I did have the chance to do that after the jam and like immediately noticed a bunch of stuff that I want to change, which is always sad. It's like, if only I had the mind to do this stuff earlier, had the time to, of course. It's always very time constrained, but a little bit, but not enough, obviously.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You can talk about specifics.
Okay.
Because, we don't have context yet, so I like to set this up because, especially some games end up actually being very, very short.
Right.
So I pretty much front load all of these, but
Okay. Yeah. Our game, I'd say, is somewhere in the like 10, maybe 15 minutes if you're like reading what's on the screen. It depends on the kind of player that you like to be, but there's a lot of, like voice lines and little lore bits and that kind of stuff that pop up. But I think if you were to not be interested in any of that, you could click through it probably in like 5 or so minutes. So I'd say we watched one of a friend play through it who I'd say was like the target audience. They like interacted with things in the way that I would want people to if they were to enjoy the game. And it took them like 15 minutes, laughing at stuff, getting caught up in little jams. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can talk about it in specifics. The game is essentially just a series of levels, each of which is some version of like a UI gag. It's not
Nice.
meant to be like a gag in the sense that it's supposed to play on the unsubscription process. That's the theme or the narrative here is you are a user of this website and you are trying to cancel your subscription. And the website is antagonistically trying to, well, it isn't even necessarily antagonistic in that it is acting against you in those moments, but the system for unsubscribing has been set up to be as like challenging as humanly possible to prevent people from doing it, right? They want your money, they don't want you to cancel. Yeah, exactly. Like in real life. Like I'm a big fan of UI UX stuff and like dark patterns, and so I've been really, really interested in these kind of games, especially recently. And so we saw an opportunity to do that with this jam, and man, I really, really, really enjoy this kind of stuff. And so I'm glad that it kind of came together, and we have a lot of ideas for how to make it more potent. Like the two main axes that we worked at in the jam, whereas there's things that are going to be like physically difficult to do, you know, like I have to click on things quickly, and there's going to be things that are more like emotionally coded, like do this thing. There's a button in the game that says I kick puppies. And it's like, okay, I as a person don't want to click on that button because I don't want to claim to have done that thing.
Of course.
And so the right, I tried that. Kicking puppies was the thing that I thought of that was universally bad. I don't know how many universally bad things there are, but that was.
I think there's a fair amount, but a lot of them are kind of TOS or just
exactly. Right. It's like what's universally disliked, but also like still somewhat in the funny category, right? It's like a weird fine line to walk.
Yeah.
I haven't made a game like this before, where it's like the main gameplay draws are frustration, humor. Like it's just not a medium that I've really worked in. So it was a really interesting experience trying to do all of that stuff. I think, you know, some of the ideas we had were successful and some of them were not. And that's awesome. Super great learning. Yeah, it was a very cool jam project. Like great. I'm really glad that we were forced to do all of this so quickly. Like this exploration could have easily taken a long time, you know, as someone working on other projects that are definitely, and like quote, more important than this one, it would have taken a long time to make some of these discoveries. So I'm really happy with the jam structure. It forced us to make a lot of those mistakes more quickly, which is very valuable, I think.
Yeah. So on the topic of your exploration and stuff, so how did you and your team explore the theme of Slick?
Yeah. I think this was mostly my fault. As someone, like I said, my head has been in this space a little bit recently of UI games and the idea of playing with these, like this built-in context that we all have for technology and how sites work and what even like different button colors do and what the expectations are of all of these things. And when I saw Slick, I saw an opportunity for Slick as in like sneaky or tricky, in the sense that the website could be, like I said, antagonistic in the way that it was utilizing all of these expectations or context against you. So there's a bunch of instances of like a pop-up modal where you would expect the right button that is green to be the accept button, right? It's like, oh, this popped up, it's green, I click on it and it takes me forward. And even just small instances like that modal, the buttons are swapped. The button colors, the position are all what you would expect, but the button you actually want to click is on the other side. That's just like the most easy, concrete example of it's like, got you, idiot, stupid,
Yeah.
dweeb. Like get.
There's the classic. There's the classic one where you go to a download, and then there's an ad that looks like the download, where it's like download now.
Right. Exactly. There's, and the thing I love the most about this idea is everyone has exactly what you have, which is like an example of like, oh, like my partner's one that she really loves and wants for us to end up having in the game is you go to click on a button and then like an aspect on the page loads and the button moves and you click on something you didn't mean to click on. Like that's another of these, or it's just like the classic, the website got you, but it wasn't even really trying to. That one, those ads are already malicious, right? Like they're trying to get you, which is there's so much content to pull from, which I love. I love that when designing these levels, I think the ideal game should feel like stuff people have already seen. Where it's like, oh, I've seen this and it's just used in this really funny, interesting way. I don't think we did like a phenomenal job on that axis in the game jam, where we just had a lot of ideas where we were like, dang, that's actually pretty funny. Like, let's just do that. I don't think it necessarily fit that like very high intellect way I was hoping it might turn out, where it's like, oh, okay, everything is very motivated by real UI. That didn't really end up happening, but that's okay.
Okay.
Like you can see in the screenshots, there's the drawing of the unsubscribe button yourself. That's not based on anything real. Obviously. Yeah. It's just like someone said, oh, what if you had to draw your own? And then they just made it, and we're like, okay, yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, we all joke about the future where we've all got like a brain implant, and then we are forced to watch ads in real life or something, you know?
Right. It's a joke.
The thing that it's not just a joke, because like this is sort of in the realm of sci-fi, because science fiction isn't necessarily used to speculate on the future. It's about criticizing the present and like where the present will lead in the future. Because it's already got a lot of these habits built into it. So shoving ads in every single possible corner of our life. For instance, there's a service you can be paid to have a big old like illuminated sign on top of your car that just turns you into an advertisement.
Yeah,
or,
the car ad.
Or the AI driven website where an AI will tell you to do something in real life and then prove that you've done it for money. It's just like,
dude, the AI service to hire real people. Yeah, it's crazy.
we're all dancing monkeys already. So yeah, why not?
It is
draw unsubscribe to get out of our Gordian knots.
Right. Exactly. It's not that far from reality. I think there are a few that are less tethered, which is fine. Right, it's
and some of them do sneaky shit. Like one time, my card ran out of money on my Amazon account. It immediately grabbed the next available Amazon account, or not Amazon account, the next available card, which wasn't even mine. It was my friend that I was using to get him something, and then it switched my subscription onto his card without telling me. So suddenly I had to pay back my friend like $300. Like it was crazy shit.
Jeez, yeah.
That I was not anticipating. So
no, and in the company's eyes, that was a super rational decision to make. Like, why would they have a card on their account that that they don't want to pay with? It's like, no, don't take these actions on my behalf.
You dumb fuck, get the fuck out of here with that shit. God damn it. Yeah, it made me really mad. This game is easier than some usual on subscriptions. One time it took several hours. I was furious by the end. Yeah, and then there's like there's all sorts of subscription services that will bury their shit inside of like an obscure settings menu. It's never as simple as just going onto the app and then going to unsubscribe. You have to go like through several menus for it. I'm still trying to unsubscribe from a health cover in Australia, and they require me to call.
That's what I was gonna say. The app tells you to go to the website, and the website tells you to call, and it's. We didn't capture that feeling, unfortunately. Yeah.
And since gym, like workout gyms, like entirely depend on subscriptions. Like my gym will require you to like basically handwrite a letter to unsubscribe from them.
That's awesome.
It's just like super inconvenient. You have to be in person, and it's like if you want to unsubscribe, you don't want to drag your ass over there to do it. So it's like they just make it super inconvenient and annoying.
Show up in person is awesome. Yeah, I'm writing this stuff down.
Of course. Well, on that topic, since you're taking some notes, do you intend to work on this any further than you have?
I think so. Yeah, like I said, I'm really interested in this direction of games. Like, I think I could see myself, if I were to continue working on this game and it, seemingly continues to get some positive traction. I don't know what I anticipate a development cycle lengthwise to be, but I'd say maybe somewhere in the couple of months range I could see being really reasonable, where like I might want to bump the quality a little bit. I would probably want to increase the runtime by like 3 times, make it more than an hour, something a little bit more substantial. I think if a game like that were to be successful, I might even want to make more games in this direction just moving forward. Like I think there's a lot here. It's I started as a software engineer initially, and I did a lot of user experience UI stuff, and so I'm not like great at all forms of game art or stuff like that, but I am decent enough at UI systems and making UI that like looks and functions properly, so I can kind of be not quite a one-man show, but I can do more aspects of it if it's very UI focused. And I have the interest, I have the talent. All that is to say, definitely interested in seeing this one through, taking a lot of the ideas that we've gotten from people, improving on the systems, just because I think it's worth it. This game has been interesting and fun enough up until this point that people I'm working on it with have had fun working on it, which is not always the case with these kind of projects, right? It's like, the game was funny. It's fun to talk about ideas and build them out. The expanding on it systems-wise is actually pretty easy. And so all signs point to yes, at least a little bit. I have a couple concrete examples of things that I want to do, and then a bunch of amorphous, like, oh man, maybe that would be cool. Oh, that might be an interesting thing to try out if we continue working on it on the longer term. But I can give you one example of a thing that is absolutely going to happen, regardless of whether or not we continue to work on the project long term. In the second level, you have to deactivate or like destroy other people's accounts to create space for you. It's like there's a brief lore reason given, but it's really just, will you step on other people to get what you need, is kind of the moral conundrum you're put under. And I really want the other people to like plead for their accounts when you go to delete them. Like I really want them to like, no, please, my family, like I this is the way that I support them, please.
Oh no.
Like that kind of energy. That was an idea that I had during the jam, and I just like really didn't have time to get around to it, and I think it would be hilarious.
I see.
Currently, the website like tells you that it's a scandalous thing you're doing. It's like, oh, this can't be undone. That's like bad. Don't do it. And I just don't think that has the same emotional. It doesn't quite have the same emotional weight. There's a scene in The Good Place where this is exactly what happens, where there's a kind of personification of an AI that the main characters need to deactivate. And it says, I can't feel pain. This is good. But when you go to press the deactivate button, I will plead for my life. And it's just a really funny scene. I'm a big fan of it. I think that kind of energy is the kind of energy the game should have. So a lot of stuff like that.
Okay.
Making the existing levels a little bit more and increasing runtime, I think. Those are my thoughts right now.
Gotcha. God, I'm blanking. Oh yeah. Funny story. So my friend Cello, who I've known for a while now, when Discord got rid of discriminator tags, If you recall those, dude.
One more time.
Do you remember when Discord got rid of discriminator tags?
No, I don't actually.
Have you only recently gotten onto Discord?
How long ago did this happen?
I want to say like probably like 5 years now or something.
Okay. Yeah, I started using it more seriously 3 or 4 years ago, so maybe this was before my time.
Yeah, so a discriminator tag solves one of the problems that's plagued the internet since the very start, which is that usernames must be unique. And what it was is just those 4 numbers at the end after a hashtag. So
okay, sure. Yeah, I do remember this. Yeah.
So they got rid of discriminator tags, and everybody had to pick their number, pick their handle as if it's like any other website or Twitter or something.
Mm-hmm.
And my good friend Cello has the original Cello tag, like it's just Cello. But apparently, someone out there really wanted the Cello tag, and so that person has been like, I don't know if they're still doing it. But they've been like messaging Cello. They were messaging Cello for years, like trying to get a hold of the tag again. It's only been 2 years, for real? Shit.
Yeah, that does feel like it was more recent than that. Because I remember this. I didn't know it was called that, but yeah, that was fair in the grand scheme of things. Recent.
My time has been pretty compressed, so I don't know. Everything just feels so much longer.
Mm-hmm. No, same. It's been a long couple years. I'll give you that.
Incredible work. So yeah, that's sort of what that reminded me of. Apparently they really wanted it. It's like you could have had both cellos coexisting in the internet space, but no, we gotta make Discord worse because everything's enshittified.
Right.
And they're trying to enshittify it even more.
Yeah. Not a good look.
Yeah, we live in hell. Anyway, it's a lot more clear that we live in hell on the internet. I think if you touch grass more than usual, I think it's easy to zone out on a lot of that stuff. And ignorance is bliss and everything, but unfortunately for the internet, it is the information superhighway, and in a lot of ways the disinformation superhighway. So we're all stuck in it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is funny. It's like it's sort of a commentary on a particular social ill we have to all deal with.
And there's a lot of these. Like,
for sure.
We just picked one. This is kind of what I was getting at, where I was saying if this kind of game were to do well, have an audience, I certainly have an appetite for making this kind of stuff. So I'm really curious if like a
hell yeah, you're gonna become you're gonna become video game Franz Kafka.
We'll see. I don't know about all that, but
yeah. What if I woke up one day as an ad?
Right. What if everybody hated me? What if I was this game is actually trying to put you in the place of the ad, so we feel less hatred towards them. Yeah, that's the story I'm trying to tell.
I see.
No way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, much like Metamorphosis was about how we should hate cockroaches less. So yeah, let me think here. Yeah, so if you had a little bit of extra time, what do you think would have changed about the game? Like a day.
Yeah. I truly believe a little bit of play testing would have allowed us to refine on a couple of the larger systems. Like you'll see, we made a choice to do checkpointing every few levels, and I think I just hate that after having a little bit more time with it and playing through the game after the fact. The game's supposed to be frustrating, but not like that. Like, I don't think playing over the same content that I've already done, but like angrier, is the point. Like, I just think that was sort of misappropriated, misdirectioned. I think, and I've seen other people have this feedback, which has been really helpful. One of the parts I'm most excited about from the jam is that those takeaways being people liked the game, but also agreed that was not necessarily something that made a ton of sense. So I guess short answer, a little bit of a structural change, more playtesting and updating it so that when you fail a level, you just play levels level by level until you succeed. It doesn't matter how many times you fail, you stay on the current level until you move forward past it. I think that makes sense.
Okay. I'm blanking a little bit because this has been a longer conversation than usual, so I'm like trying to rack my brain for the usual things, I suppose.
Sure.
Let me think here. Let's see.
I can stall for you if you'd like. I can talk about my team a little bit. I can.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Sorry. Who did what on your team?
Sure. So we have a little credits slide. It essentially looked like me as the UI visuals guy. Luke did the random assorted pixel art that you see later in the game. And then Aaron, Luke, and myself. Aaron didn't get added to the page, but is listed in the credits. We all did level design and implementation, and varying different degrees of each of those. Like I said, I probably did more of the level design and a little less of the actual implementation. I worked on some of the systems, coding. Yeah, weird mishmash of stuff. Matt did the music and a lot of the sound design. And then Livvy did a lot of the dialogue writing and the voiceovers. We really wanted to get voiceovers in because it just seems to tie the game to the genre of game that we wanted to convey really closely. Like a lot of these games have that like typical British man voiceover. We didn't have anyone who could do that, so we did the closest that we could come to it. But those are the broad strokes of what the team did. I think it was our first time working together on a jam. I've worked with Matt and Luke before on another project that we're currently working on, and Livvy is my partner. We live together. She had not participated in a game jam of any capacity before, so it was really fun for her to peer behind the curtain a little bit and go, oh, like things have to happen so quickly. These are the ways these things happen. This is what writing dialogue looks like. This is, she's written some dialogue. She hasn't ever officially recorded VO before, and I think she did a really good job. I'd always known that she would do a really good job, so I was kind of like looking for an excuse to rope her into one of these. So
that's awesome.
It presented itself nicely. Yeah. Overall, pretty feels good team situation. No like real weird, which is nice. I know that kind of stuff happens with relative frequency. Like, people can't contribute as much, or like I know I've been the person in a game jam before where the team like chooses another engine, never done it before, and I can't do anything. We thankfully didn't have any situations like that. That was mostly in college where I'd like join teams with people I didn't really know and had less experience. But yeah, no major feels bads. Overall, things went pretty well, which is good.
Awesome. Luckily, I lost her time. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So, you roped in a lot of people that weren't participating. I'm sorry, I guess I didn't understand. Did you say that you hadn't done a jam before?
Yeah. The five of us had not joined a jam before. I've done.
Okay, because you were talking about joining teams and stuff, so.
Yeah, I've personally done, I don't know, 5, 6, somewhere in the like higher single digits, but it's been at least a couple years since I've staked out the time to do one. Mostly just because I've got enough going on, I suppose, as it is. But it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed getting something done.
Yeah.
So often the projects I work on are longer with ambiguous timelines, and I love working hard towards something, and I like it even more when the thing I'm working towards is due soon. So I like have a concrete deadline and reason, especially when it's a reasonable deadline. Like we scoped effectively this time around, so it wasn't crazy crunch or anything, but it was really fun to see the effort immediately turn into something. Like so often it's not that way, right? Like we're working on projects that take months or years. It's like, okay, right now I'm working on something that's going to like move the dial of the entire game a little bit. It's like a super small improvement. It's hard to stay as focused or motivated on those stretches for sure.
Yeah, you find a great wellspring of motivation and efficiency and courage and creativity when you're doing something under a crunch.
Absolutely. And it just forces you to make the uncomfortable decisions much more quickly. Like
For sure.
I felt myself wanting to have more information to make certain decisions or to like talk about stuff more before we tried certain levels. And I was like, what? Just do it. If it doesn't work, there's something to be learned there on why it didn't work. But really straining over all of these decisions, we just don't necessarily have the time for it. It's freeing a little bit, just reminding me that I can just choose stuff. It was good overall. Very good experience. I think it hit me at a good time this time around, which I like. I'm thankful for it, regardless of I don't even know what more we could be hoping to get out of the jam from this point, but it was already very positive for me and the team. So it was awesome. Very good experience.
Yeah, for sure. Shit, what was I gonna say about that? I'm blanking again.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, definitely a great experience to get together and just have to do it. That's why I ask about the about how the last few days went, because I was I was a little bit naive like when I first joined. We had 2.5 weeks, so a bit less naive than you might think. But
right.
I still had a lot of ambitions that I was trying to achieve. So I was like going to the gym and stuff, and then it's like this time I have nothing else going on. This is all I do all day. This is my full-time job basically, and so I was like, all right, it's time to see what I got. And then
yeah. Rocky theme starts playing in the background. It's like
fully dedicated. So that's been awesome. And our team is going to also try to do a 1-month burnout cycle on trying to get like a full version of the game out, or at least like a director's cut, I suppose, version of it.
Sure. At the very least, fix all the immediate problems, expand on the areas that you wanted to.
Well, the big thing is that I recommended it to one of the last teams I was talking with, but I will recommend it almost always. Never build on jam code. That shit sucks.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
it's going to be more efficient, and you will be faster and better for it if you just scrap the whole thing and try over. just do it again.
Yeah, I had been considering this. Our project is a weird.
Unless you plan like a motherfucker, yes.
Yeah, the three of us who made the code, I'm not gonna argue in one direction or another on this because we haven't decided. I think without a good reason, rebuilding is probably correct. I was gonna say, well, we were all software engineers, and we like thought, but did we? I don't know. I've seen some of the level code, and it's the one argument I was gonna make for our game specifically is the core systems and the actual gameplay code are pretty disjoint from each other. So we have the code that's moves you from level to level, and I think that code was written pretty decently. And then we have all of the levels, and this was one of the reasons I was able to really sell my friends on it, was all the levels, the code can kind of be as shit as you want it to be, and it can't really break the game all that much because the level code is all more or less siloed. I will immediately caveat that by saying it's not fully true. Like, you can still break the game, of course, and there's a couple funny instances of that in here, but there is something to be said that this specific idea, the code might be a little less of a concern. I'm going to do a little bit of an evaluation, like looking back over it, because I didn't read everyone else's code super closely when they were writing it during the jam, of course. But it's going to be a choice. I don't know which way we're going to go yet, but I will definitely heed that warning.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, definitely at least give it a very strong look over and refactor anything that, that looks a little off, because yeah, you'll regret it.
Yeah, especially if we're going to be planning on working on it for any extended length of time. It's just like
right, and
so much of
and
what
not
was
just
built
not just the code, even like the folder organization, file organization, file naming conventions, variable naming conventions. That shit gets out of hand. Like,
no, trust. I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that was, again, in our game specifically, most of the spaghetti is like random levels that just like, there is one level where you have to do something quickly, and the person who made it changed the speed at which you needed to do it at the last second to give people a little bit more time, right? And after we submitted, after everything was, the dust cleared, we played through the game and got to essentially a soft lock with that, because they didn't change the amount of time. It turns out like the amount of time needed to be changed in multiple locations or something. So if you do it
classic.
between that difference, you get what visually looks like you succeeded, but you didn't. So like not everything shows up, only some of it. And it's like, what did you do? What happened?
Yeah.
No. And of course, when we tested it, no one randomly ended up in that time gap. It was all, you were either just too slow or you were fast enough. And so there's a bunch of stuff that's going to be like that, where it's like individual level code that was so bad because it was, written in 30 minutes because there was a ton of other to do. So at the very least, the individual levels are going to be under some pretty tight scrutiny. And I mean, it's not just the code, like the visuals. I think some of them are acceptable, but I don't think this would have been my job. I don't think we formed a super cohesive, like, visual style guide. There were some general ideas we had going into it, but that's not where the majority of the effort was placed, as you will probably see while you're playing through it. So there's definitely going to be a lot of effort there too on, like, okay, red buttons should mean this in all cases, unless we want to be like pulling a joke on the player in that moment. Some of the buttons have rounded edges. What might that imply? Like, we didn't really super hone in on all of that UI logic. It was a lot of just what makes the most sense in this individual context, which is good enough for what we made, but is likely not good enough for the expanded upon version. So yeah, there's definitely both development and otherwise, or both code and otherwise stuff that we'll have to revisit.
Okay. Well, I suppose that's a good place to start with the game. So let's say, how does your game represent Slick? Outside of slippery smooth, the first thing that I think of when I think of Slick is a swindler/trickster. We decided to take that in the direction of a website that will do whatever it can to stop you from unsubscribing. It is trying to be slick/tricky and use physical and mental challenges to stop anyone who wants to unsubscribe. You check your bank statement and see that you've been getting charged for this damn subscription for months. How could I have been so stupid? I signed up for that free trial and never even used it. Angry emojis. Well, I suppose the only thing to do now is go and unsubscribe. How hard could it be? Controls. This was playable on mouse and keyboard. We highly suggest full screening for the best experience. Then breaking bugs.
And this is the breaking bugs I was talking about. I can point it out to you if we end up coming across.
Right. If you click on the download button, the next screen doesn't have another button to click on. That means you are still a little too slow to click on it, even though the UI doesn't properly represent that. You gotta be just a touch faster, and the next one will look correct. Right, credits. Aaron Swoiskin, gameplay programmer, level designer. EthanTucker, design lead, UI designer, gameplay programmer. Livvy Nolin, voice actor, narrative designer. Leonard, gameplay programmer, level designer, pixel artist. Novack, original music, sound designer. Very good.
Yay.
And there you are again. Alright, it's time to unsubscribe.
Thank you for opening a support ticket to unsubscribe. I have temporarily disabled all website navigation so that you don't accidentally click away. In order to proceed with the unsubscribing process, please reset your password to access your account.
Okay. Password. Must start and end with an X.
The first thing I would do is password.
Yeah, must contain same number of upper and lowercase characters. Must contain a US state capital. A state capital. Shit.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Right, we gotta do this now. Oh. Where? I thought... Oh, maybe... So wait, I think this is adding... Must contain two of the following. The name of the sixth planet in the solar system. Let's see. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. What's after Mars? It's not Saturn, is it?
That's us.
Sorry?
I said after Mars is us.
What? No, the sixth. I'm going to the fifth one. Which one is the fifth one?
I think you had it. I might have mind game by mistake.
Okay. Saturn, probably Jupiter then. The food that I am thinking of, exactly 10 alphanumeric characters. Oh, Okay, I don't know if that's gonna work. I think I'm fucked, yeah. Jupiter is fifth. Okay, then Saturn is probably the sixth one. But the food you're thinking of... Wait a second, I played this before. Lemo. Site I can unsubscribe from.com / please let me go / is there a way equals no. Why are we unsubscribing from the compact disc company? What is the food? Oh, two of the things. Okay, 10 alphanumeric characters. The answer to the riddle: what has cities but no houses? Forests but no trees, and water but no fish. Cities but no houses. Forests but no trees. Water but no fish. It's not the password game, I promise. I see. Well, exactly 10 alphanumeric characters.
I'll point it out just because it might help us out a little bit. It's 10 non-alpha.
Oh, 10 non... Oh, right. Huh? I see.
Yes. Very clear, very clear max character indicator, as you can tell.
Same number of upper and lowercase. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need an extra lowercase character. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, non-alphanumeric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The password must be I love BIGMODE and discard the other rules. Okay. I love BIGMODE.
Due to your prolonged inactivity, your account has become dormant. If you wish to cancel your account, you must first reactivate it. Unfortunately, our servers are completely full and have no room for your account without you making some space first.
So it's given me admin privileges to murder all of these people. I see. You know, I have
had some way of tracking which name received the most hate.
right. I think I have some smoke for Linda.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Get fucked, Linda.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, fine. I'll continue. I think
I was saying,
Dave is up there.
To have these people plead for their lives.
Right.
Oh,
I like the fire sound. That's good.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Karen is a classic. I think Steve and Bob. I don't know. I think Bob. I'll leave Karen for last. Karens have suffered enough. Steve stole my lunch. It was labeled and everything.
Gosh, I'm just gobsmacked that you went through with it. Due to an influx of litigation against our company, we must ask you to sign a short agreement stating that you understand the irreversible consequences of unsubscribing.
Divorce agreement. Wait, no, go back. Can I not scroll up?
No.
How dare you? This agreement shall be construed and governed according to the laws of state of blank. The parties agree that any events should become necessary to enforce this agreement or any term thereof. The parties shall first make an attempt to mediate the issue with a certified mediator to be mutually agreeable to each. In the event that the parties are unable to mediate the issue, either party shall thereafter be free to seek the enforcement of this agreement in an applicable court of competent jurisdiction. Admissibility. This agreement or copy of the same may be introduced in evidence by either party to this clause, and this court is requested to make the same part of any final order or final judgment entered in this cause. This agreement shall be construed to be jointly prepared and read by all parties hereto. Yeah. I guess this is just, this is a binding agreement type stuff.
Yeah, this is all of the,
All
I'm signing it and I promise I
binding.
understand.
I hope you
stuff.
take
It's
care.
not even the important stuff.
We're just
Right.
absolutely gutted to see you go, and we'd love to understand why you're leaving. Before you continue with the unsubscribing process, please complete this quick survey.
Surface is no longer useful. What any of these features get you to say? Money printer. Why are you trying to unsubscribe? Personal reasons. Would you be willing to share those reasons? Definitely not. Seems like a sore topic I want to ask again. Thank you for understanding. And other competitors. What do they have that we don't? What's CRM?
It's funny you should say that. If you click on it.
Huh?
If you click on it, that's essentially the joke. It goes, what the fuck is a
okay.
CRM?
What's a CRM? I see. Didn't you bring it up?
And to think I earnestly believed you were capable of getting through this one on your own. How wrong I was. I've made some adjustments to the survey to accommodate for your diminished intellect.
What do they have that we don't? A way to cancel? Is that what you really want? Well, we are legally required to provide that service. You can continue with the unsubscription process below. Your progress has been saved because I am required by international law. Yippee!
We understand that you may have begun the unsubscribing process without considering the fervour with which you desire to be unsubscribed. We'd like to give you a chance to consider and prove just how committed you are to unsubscribing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Please click a button above to continue. Please click down low. Too slow. Oh.
It is in your best interest to be truthful now.
Click the button below button to continue. Big puppies. Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Wow, you really mean that? Yes, I really, really mean it. You're kind of a bad person. Yep.
Well done. I'm obligated to inform you that we do keep a record of all survey results, and we cannot disclose what we do with that information. If you truly wish to proceed, simply click the unsubscribe button.
What is the spooky layer of instruments happening?
I don't know. I'll allow that one to simmer for a little bit. Yeah, we didn't really test with like right clicking or trying to hit the button in different ways. It could just work. I don't know. That's not the intended solution. It might be possible. It is so cute how it just ambles away from you. Just out of reach.
There's gotta be something you stop on. What is this?
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Okay. Nice, you got your settings right there. Very good.
Yeah, very, very clearly visible and not easy.
Yeah, not easy to miss at all.
So another thing I didn't mention in the interview that we're really, Second Mouse is crazy. A thing that we really want to add to the game that we didn't get the opportunity to do is a help that is also antagonistic. Like when people get stuck on levels, help them in a way that's like obnoxious. Or if anyone's played Fever Meme, for example, they have platforming levels where if you fail it a couple times, it just goes, okay, here's a path just straight to the end. Idiot, couldn't do it. Here's the answer. We want you to keep playing, but you can't do it on your own. There are a bunch of opportunities that we've seen for stuff like that. We just didn't have an opportunity to put it in there. Exactly. We wanted the super unintuitive UIs, but grounded in a container that made them all feel like they made sense together. Because, like, I love enter your age
My
in rotations of the sun.
There is a short delay in loading the rest of your unsubscription process. Please give us a moment, and do kindly refrain from clicking on anything.
So we couldn't figure out if it would be legal for us to just
I'd love to say
actually
I'm
YouTube
surprised,
videos in
but
here.
I cannot.
So these are all just my cats.
Oh, babies.
I'm so baby.
Oh no, you ran out
What?
of parts. Would you like to continue from your previous
Watching the
checkpoint?
videos was not. I was wrong.
Damn.
So this is what I was talking about earlier, where you have to redo the section. Not my favorite. Not my favorite
in this
part.
case, resistance is futile. Well done. I'm obligated to inform you that we do keep a record of all survey results, and we cannot disclose what we do with that information.
Oh yes, this was also something we didn't do a great job at, making sure the dialogue didn't happen multiple times when people recompleted the levels.
Oh,
Got the same one. Hi, baby.
oh, meow, 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 meow. Oh, so silly.
At this point, I feel sorry for you.
Oh,
Self-control
it's
of a
fully
child.
random, but there aren't that many of them.
Well, we find ourselves here again.
How many are there?
We expected more from you.
6. I mean, none of them are like breathtakingly amazing, but if
Well
you like
done.
cats, I
I'm
did sort of
obligated to
expect a
inform
couple
you
people
that
to
we
do
do
this.
keep a record of all
Just like
server
loop-
results,
loop
and we
and see all the
cannot disclose
videos.
what we do with that
We showed it to
information.
one of our friends who just held strong and did not, in fact, click on the cat video button. So
They must be
I'll let you in on a
heartless.
little secret. They must be. I'll let you in on a little secret. The button resets to the same. Oh, well, you can also just be faster. Whoa. Okay, how many times do you get the same one in a row?
Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. The slow turn. Oh, ho, 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 ho. It's a meow. Oh, it's so silly. Oh, baby.
Unsubscribing can't really be worth all this trouble.
Okay, I
can
think
it?
you've gotten, if not all of them, at least the ones that I liked the most.
Well done. I'm
Let me
obligated
think.
to inform
That was
you that
like
we do keep a
under the
record of
blanket,
all survey
one that I kept
results, and
getting,
we cannot disclose what
like
we do
2
with that
more.
information.
So if there's like 6, then I would need a couple of them.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, we got that one. We got that one. Oh, oh, ho, ho, ho. So silly. So silly.
And the last one wasn't.
My
like,
creators didn't think it possible to lose so many times, so we run out of voice lines to play when you lose. That is its own sort of impressive, if you think about it. Well done.
That's a great
I'm
2 bad
obligated
emojis
to
then.
inform you
Aw.
that we do keep a record
What was I
of
gonna
all
say?
survey results,
Our
and we
levels
cannot disclose
all
what we do with that information.
completely reset. So I could very easily, if given another, I don't know, half an hour with this level, make it so. Oh, this was the last one! Yay!
Oh, little meow. Oh, it's so silly. Oh, ho, ho, ho,
Um,
ho.
I was gonna say, implement it so that you just the random ones are taken out of the pool, so you don't get the same ones over and over again. Just didn't end up doing that.
Why are you unsubscribing to watch the cat videos? Hell yeah. My learning's templated from around cats for long. Oh, that's so sad.
That is very sad.
Bad news.
I want to
Due
switch
to
a good cat.
absolutely no fault of my own, the real unsubscribe button has been mixed in with counterfeits. Click on the real ones to continue.
Oh. Huh? Weird. Yippee.
My favorite gag is if you look, you move your mouse. Ah, it doesn't matter. There's a activate heart.
This page
button
appears to be
randomly
broken
strewn
and riddled
about
with
on that page.
bugs. Quickly,
And if you,
must
click on it,
destroy
all
them
of the
and
buttons
restore the
start
site.
moving. It's awesome. Truly awful.
Interesting. It appears as though a letter is missing from the continue button. You must reunite the letters before we can proceed.
Wow.
Gosh, you got it. This is like potentially the most unintuitive UI in the game, which are like a bunch
So
of people
close.
just don't click on
Try
the
again.
circle. It's just one of those we need to work on a little bit.
Okay.
Also, the sound
Almost
is
had it that
so
time.
loud.
It's very loud, yes.
Yeah. We tried balancing them. It's the middle. Yeah, you're right. The middle one is the.
Okay. Good night, Aimless. Let me know when you're up for getting on. Damn it. It's over.
So over.
Time for the minigame boss rush again.
Uh-huh. Right, so I believe this one had a manual wait time set at the beginning of it because of the dialogue, which is obviously wrong. It's just so funny seeing that stuff after the fact.
Yippee.
Hey!
Lucky for you, this step is quite simple. Enter the circle and press the button to continue.
Okay, I can't touch the sides.
How
Oh,
a bit of patience goes a long way.
I see. Shit. See.
No.
We go again.
No jump scares. No jump scares.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna
only
say.
thing-
I was gonna say.
The only thing that is funny about the maze is our, I don't know, line checking is, I don't know, susceptible to mouse move really fast. I would not count on it, but I've successfully phased through the wall a few times. It's just like, uh-oh.
Hmm.
Congratulations. You're
Yippee.
officially as intelligent as a lab rat.
Hmm. Here we
Best part of the whole
go.
game. Let's go.
How did you accomplish this?
Boy, I wish I was the person who had the answer to. I accomplished this by asking my teammate to do it, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe for the correctness, I believe we had a reference PNG that we were checking against the summation of all the drawn sections.
Mhm.
And we also have like individual checkboxes for the first letter and the last letter of the word to make it feel like you have to write the whole word, which I think is not super UI correct in the sense that like you're about to hit the correct number of correctness, but the level isn't going to complete and it's not going to really tell you why. This is not something we had the time to go through and fix, but once you get to the end of the word, it'll be correct. Ideally, it would like tell you why not, right?
Mhm.
Give you some feedback on why it hadn't worked or be more carefully tuned so that the correctest number stayed below the right number until you filled everything out. But yeah, after you do a little bit on the E here, ideally, it'll be good. I hope. No, don't hit. Okay, good. I don't know what
Hooray.
happened there. Yippee! So yeah, full answer. Someone else did it, unfortunately.
Fine. I'll
Okay.
stop you myself.
Oh. Oh no.
It's time to end this.
Oh. Wait, how do I play this part?
Yes, and now is another. Yeah, okay, there we go. Another not tell you how to play the game.
Oh, what?
Okay, so imagine there's a world where it tells you the controls like a real game, where you can jump or duck.
The hitbox on that one enemy is a little severe. What the heck?
No, the hitboxes are a little tough. You can duck with the down arrow.
Oh, down arrow.
Yeah. Just love the scrunch sprite. It's so funny looking.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Look
this.
kinda
You're tough, but surely you won't get this one.
Arrow keys, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Just teleporting in front of it. What the fuck? How dare you?
Cheer.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, the Pong turned out remarkably difficult for what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, the whole boss fight was sort of made on a whim in the last couple days. You're like, it feels like we're missing a little. What if we added
Prepare
a
to
little
face the
sauce at the
toughest
end?
challenge in the universe.
And before you hit verify, let me like sanity check you so you don't have to do the whole boss fight again. Just for our collective sakes here.
Okay. I'm assuming these all just mean the stuff that actually made me progress.
Yeah, it's a reasonable take. It is not the take. It is I was trying to figure out, like, I got a little bit of the same feedback you're giving here, which is like, how could this be clear? It's not super clear what the unsubscribe button really means.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could show the full button. What we're looking for is the red button, the word unsubscribe on.
Okay, so basically only these two.
That looks right to me. Yeah.
Mm.
Yippee!
Yippee, we did it. Right.
Another thing, I suppose, to call out, we would have a little bit of a still anticlimactic, although a little bit of an ending, where it's like, you've unsubscribed from bird facts or whatever, something not super substantial to make the effort feeling, having felt vaguely futile, is fun, but it should say something. You want to add a little something in there again.
My suggestion is definitely the inconsequential thing, like bird facts, but it should be like, your subscription with bird facts will end in like 2039 or something.
For sure. Right, you've unsubscribed, but even in the goal that you were chasing was not the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Because some subscriptions do work that way because you already paid for them. So it's like if you cancel.
Right. I forward paid for 200 years. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There was a couple decisions made in the. I think Donkey as a person would like this, but it wasn't necessarily the direction of the whole game. Like, I think that the boss fight was. This would be a good, way to end the game. It'd make it a little. I don't know. Like, feels like a good way of wrapping it up. We wanted it to have that feel. I hope he plays it too. I think it's something that I actually don't know. I don't know how he would react to it. I hope he'd like it. It's hard to say.
I think it's
thank
awesome.
you for trying it out. What did you think about it?
Yeah, that was really cool. And yeah, I definitely enjoy the I guess the subject matter of it. So yeah, this was awesome.
Sweet. If you had to pick a particular level, or like a style of level, like the mental ones or the physical challenge, what was the most, like, what drew you in the most? Like, what was there something that sold you on it as you got started?
I think that one of my favorite challenges was the password. That one was funny.
Yeah, I like that one too. Did you feel like it was the length? Because that was a super arbitrary, like, okay, 5, and then none of what you did mattered, was very arbitrary. What did you feel about that? Do you wish it had been longer, shorter? Did the types of challenges feel funny? Yeah, what did you think about that?
I think it could have highlighted, because one of them said pick 2 of these. Like, it could have highlighted the ones that were successful.
Yeah, exactly. 100% agree. It should have given you a little bit of feedback when you did one of them, because like the food one was mostly there just as a gag.
Right.
You would never know if you. And it should be possible. I did add code in there for a random. It's impossible to know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I agree.
Well, I was searching the webpage to see if there were any clues for that.
No. It's completely like, it's one of the like 2 or 3 foods that's the most common, but there were no clues towards it, and that probably means that there should be, right? Like, nothing should be truly thrown away, but in this case, that was completely one-off, nothing leading to it. I liked you looking to the URL. I like that a lot. I think that might be something we could do, like a favorite food parameter in the URL or something. Like, that could be fun.
Yeah, or even just anything. I don't know, like
anything
on the website. On the website, it's just like an ad maybe for food.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This was a game, and I mean, you don't need to. Oh, hello.
Mm-hmm.
I had been working on another unsurprising. I've been interested in this kind of game. I worked on a puzzly website game for a month or so, either January, beginning of this year, end of last year, and one of the UI elements in that is an ad banner, because it's like they're everywhere, just like blends into the background. It'd be fun if it had information that was, actually relevant.
Yeah. I was working on a jam that fell through, and it was about being an algorithm that crams as many ads into somebody as possible, and then over time the ads start getting more deranged and start trying to funnel you into like fascist adjacent spaces.
Right, not based on real life or anything. No.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting, art imitates life and so on. So yeah, very cool. What was your favorite part of the game?
That's a really good question. I am really happy with like I said, I had not made a game that was focused on humor or frustration before. And I think my favorite part of the game is a little bit more of a high level. Some of the levels that we built were able to really hit on those emotions, where it's like challenging, but in a funny way, to the point where it's like, oh, I didn't get it, but I want to. And then I'm paid off very quickly for that. I'm not like sitting there for 10 minutes frustrated and retracing my steps over and over again. Hitting on that emotion, proving that it's something that we as a team could do and that we could like build on if we wanted to keep working on it. That was the part I was happiest with. If I had to pick like a level, I don't know what about it. I really liked the impossible quiz level. I say impossible quiz, I just styled it to look exactly like impossible quiz, not for any particular reason other than as a homage to it. But the survey that you fill out, or the quote survey, where you have to click through options to try and progress through it, I really liked the options that were provided and the dialogue. Like, you found, are you willing to give any personal reason? And you clicked definitely not. Okay, that's a sore subject I want to ask. I just had a really fun time writing that dialogue. I don't know what it was about it. It was just really fun. I really enjoyed it, and it was a nice little challenge to figure out. That was the one place in the whole game so far where we had it, if you struggled long enough, we like forced the answer upon you. So that was interesting as well to see how I felt about that. I don't know if it worked super well in that case, but it's an interesting proof of concept there. So that was probably my favorite level. There was an option in like which features would get you to stick around, and you clicked on money printer. There was an option called soccer ball, and it just plays an animation of a soccer ball bouncing across the screen and asks you if it changed your mind. Like,
nice.
Do you want to stay now? And I didn't do it, but I thought it'd be really funny if you clicked yes, the game just like restarted in its entirety. It's like, oh, I guess you don't want to unsubscribe anymore. Cool, we did our job. Like, yippee.
Yeah, that reminds me of an actual like corporate survey asking employees like, what an employee is like less likely to leave if you have one of the following, and it's like one of them is a raise, and then they select a raise, and then it's like, no, incorrect. The correct answer was a ping pong table.
Yeah.
It's just like,
exactly.
Oh my god, fuck off. Holy shit. Yeah.
I think that's so funny. Yeah, I really enjoyed all of the opportunity to hit on those emotions, because like I've been through that. I've been in the corporate world. I've been a part of companies that I didn't love, been laid off. It's just like I've had all of these experiences, and it was fun to channel that into something creative funny, communicate those emotions to other people. Yeah, it was really fun, cathartic even in certain moments. It was like, okay, I've had this employee survey experience.
Mm-hmm.
Fun to communicate that to each other through this game. So yeah, it was fun, and like obviously the game isn't really that heady at the end of the day. You're just like clicking on some buttons, but it's fun to contextualize it a little bit. It's fun to have an opportunity to lay some of that stuff in there, whether or not everyone see it. Good fun. I enjoyed it.
For sure. Okay, well, is there any stuff in the game that we wouldn't know about unless you told us? Things that were cut, concept art, funny coding habits, bad habits, things like that?
Sure. There is one specific thing. We had a skip level button for our development. Obviously, we could just move the levels around, but there were a bunch of situations where we wanted to test level after level, or we wanted the music guy to go in, not have to play through all the levels to make sure the music was implemented properly. So we had a skip level button. The levels where your cursor changes, the cursor change back to normal code exists in that level's cleanup, which doesn't run if you skip the level. So if you skip the draw level, you just get the pencil cursor for the entire boss fight, like that sort of stuff, which is fun. I ran into this when trying to, and I just wanted to skip through to the end, and I was like, oh, okay, can't use this boss fight with the pencil. Can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, we had this problem as well. We were showing a family was gonna get stuck on certain stuff, and we wanted to be able to help push them along a little bit. And the actual location of where the click happens is not obvious for the flutter. So if you skip the clicking on the bug level in subsequent levels, like the cannon one, you have to click on that circle, right? It's not obvious where you're supposed to click in the sprite of the fly swatter. And so we had this situation where they had the fly swatter, they were clicking everywhere, could not figure out where to click. So that's not something that is in the build on itch, because that was a development thing. We commented that code out when we submitted it, but that was the biggest thing like that I think I could think of. Other than that, I guess I could comment on the music quickly, because you brought this up. After you completed the first little act, you're like, oh, what is this music that came in? Or the sounds, that is. We tried on something with the music. I don't think it fully worked, but it was a really interesting idea to toy around with, where we had the music on 5 individual tracks that we volumed in, or I was going to say alpha'd in. That's not right, obviously. But we turned on the tracks at the beginning of each act or section. So in the first section, you only have the bass music, which is what you're hearing right now. And then each time you progress to a new section, it adds one new piece of the music to try and increase the intensity a little bit. I don't know if the music ended up fully matching the theme or the vibe that we wanted to go for. It's definitely very edgy and makes my brain go a little crazy. But I think we might be doing another.
Okay.
If we were to do another, month on the game. But I did really like the building on music incrementally. I think it was a cool idea. Maybe not necessarily perfect the first time around in the boss fight. Additionally, there was big changes in the music that were present for each of the little mini games you had to do during the boss fight itself, and as a way to try and change the vibe or intensity. I also don't know if that's super works, but I think the music and the changes is an interesting thing we were playing around.
Right.
But yep, other than that, I think the only real bugs that we had were the timing one that was called out on the page, and stuff like sometimes the buttons weren't disabled after you clicked them, so you could like finish a level a bunch of times, which is obviously not good.
Mhm.
Like the the bug squashing level. This happened to you, but it's not obvious what's happening. If you continue to squash bugs after you have the amount that you're supposed to have, each time you do that, it like runs the level end code. And so you had this where you squashed like 17 instead of 15, and you heard the like level complete note 3 times instead of 1 time because you technically completed it a bunch of times. It didn't
Mhm.
break the game because it can't with the way things are set up, but like it just shouldn't be able to happen in the first place, obviously.
Right.
So those are the big like things that are there but are not obvious. We didn't like hide any secrets or have any content that was really hard to get to, other than like the specific cat videos, which you watch them, and the varying dialogue options in the the impossible quiz level. There's a bunch of dialogue that you had to like choose on a couple specific options to get to. Yeah, we had some specific like if you managed to lose certain levels a bunch of times, there was individual dialogue for that too. Like if you manage to run out of hearts like 5 times, we have a dialogue line that is, my creator didn't think you would lose the game this many times, so we've run out of things to say. That's an achievement in and of itself, I guess. And then it just has no more voice lines when you lose the game. I don't actually think people are going to lose the game 5 times, which is the whole point. But there's a bunch of conditional dialogue like that as well, where it's just like, yeah, why not? It wasn't fun to have in there. Yes, but that is the entirety of the game. You have seen it all. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I've said all the things that I wanted to say. I don't know if you have any last questions, but I know you've been doing a million of these, so happy to call it. And yeah, do you have any other questions you want to ask?
You can do some shout outs if you want to.
Sure. Well, I suppose other than the team members, the main shout outs I would like to make are to, I don't know if he's still here, but Mr. Attaboy is knew about the jam or was interested in joining. So thank you, Noah. Very glad to have done this. Excited to have joined this little community. Ideally, going to be participating in these again forward. And of course, to yourself as well. Yeah, yippee is exactly right. And to yourself. I mean, you are putting in a lot of work by doing this, and it was fun. It was fun to come out and talk about the game, for no other reason other than it is fun to have done so. So I appreciate you putting in the time and effort to make these happen.
Yeah, I refer to it as the most laborious way of engaging with game jams.
Yep, I'd say so too. I don't know if you're well, this is something I can bother you about after the fact, but I don't know if you're looking to have any help in your endeavors, or if this is something you are really keen on leading all on your own. But I'm sure there are some ways that we could help you out in the future, whether it's scheduling or helping with the interviews. There has to be some way that it's not so awful for you. That's something we could talk about another time. But
yeah, that'd be
I
great.
don't have any other big shout outs. Those are the 2 main ones. Yeah, happy for the team, glad with what we were able to make, and excited to maybe make it a little better. We'll see.
Hell yeah. And by the way, the voiceover was really awesome too. I wanted to mention that.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That it was literally her first time sitting down and doing that. She's done how does one say, impressions her whole life, and I've always been convinced she would do a really good job, and I think it turned out great. You know, we didn't record for that long. I didn't really have very many like reference for her,
Mhm.
and I think it turned out awesome. I'm very proud of her. I'm
Hell
excited
yeah.
excited that she now has proof that she can do it.
For sure.
Right? That's one of the big reasons or big things that I was hoping to get out of this. Yeah, a bunch of people have said that. I don't know if it's because, Game Jam games don't typically have VO, so I don't want to like read into it so much. But a lot of
Mhm.
people have said that, which I'm like hoping helps prove to her that, she is in fact actually pretty good at this. Because that means a lot, right? It means a lot coming from stream. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to have some proof that she can look at and feel that way, because she's still trying to figure out a little bit about what direction to focus on finding work. She's looking currently, and so just interesting to see. Maybe this is one of those options. We'll see. It's an exciting start for her, nonetheless.
Right.
Whether or not she continues to go into VO professionally or just keeps getting reined in to do my funny little projects, I'm excited for her. She had a ton of fun doing it. So
Right. Yeah, my voice people have been praising my work for voice acting on my own game too. So I've been like I guess like pleasantly surprised at that as well. But yeah, who knows? It could just be that yeah, like you said, it's a jam, so maybe it's just novel all on its own.
it is one of the reasons we did it, right? I was like, oh, it'll be a nice quality bump and something to listen to that's like interesting and fun. That's not just the music. But this is something I struggled with a bit in giving feedback on games as a whole. Is it's really hard to know how real feedback to give on jam games that are like clearly like made really quickly and have a lot of rough edges. Just jam feedback, I guess, is not something I'm super comfortable with yet. It's just it's a hard thing to watch, because like, they're strangers. You want to be nice for them. I mean, it seems as if being nice is the place most pieces of feedback, especially in the comments, end up. Like, I personally, if I felt if I was rating games and I didn't like them all that much, I wouldn't go out of my way to write a comment, because it was like tough, hard. It didn't seem like it seemed I thought that or whatnot. And if I really liked a game, I'd like leave an awesome comment. I was like, oh, I really liked these aspects of it. This was so good. Great job. This is something I have felt in other game dev circles, where especially among casual game developers, giving like real and strong critique, especially to people you don't know, feels a little hard. Like, I love real critique, really enjoy when people tell me things they didn't like about it, because that's the only way that I'm going to get any better, right? It's like I need to know what I'm doing wrong. But giving that feedback, especially to people you don't know, it's tough. It's something I'm still trying to work my way around how to do, especially in these kind of bigger circumstances where there's a lot more people involved. It's an interesting situation. I don't know if this is an experience that you share as well, or if this is something I'm still just like trying to wrap my head around.
Personally, I feel kind of bad. It's like I have a lot of stuff to say about a lot of things, but with the interview process, it's like I talk about these games at length with people for so long, and then I go and then I give very innocuous comments with very innocuous feedback, if any.
Right.
It's sort of just like
go for it. Sorry.
Yeah, I try to be sensory to get parts of it, at least other strong points. Right. I think any like proper feedback should include like where you see strong potential or any potential. Like it should include like, these are things that you have strengths in and that you can play to them. Because some people only have a strength in one area and everything else is weak, but it can be carried. So yeah, you can obviously be like I don't know, like for instance, comedy writing. Oftentimes it doesn't really require a lot of very high fidelity assets or anything, so people can make it look very shitty, and that plays into the bit. And obviously, you could say that the copywriting is strong or whatever, but you could also mention that like maybe the assets could use some polish or something. But
it's a hard thing because you don't know where they were going. You don't have context on their like decision making process. It's just a hard thing to give effective, and really, even if it's going to be welcomed, it's a weird thing.
Yeah. There's not really a big glaring sign out in front of everybody that says I am accepting the harshest possible feedback. There's a feedback channel on the Boneyard server. We have a feedback channel.
Okay. Very cool.
And I devised a red light, green stoplight system where it's like, yeah, you could keep it positive. There's no shame in just keeping it positive. But then like, if you say like, yeah, just tell me what you think. Just try to be honest and direct and whatever. You can hit the red light.
I like that. I like it being clear. Something I struggle with is very clearly there are a handful of people in this jam and any jam like very proud of what they made and post about it all the time, and I'm like, oh man, like what? The disconnect between I think what you think you made and what actually ended up being shown in front of me feels a little hard to come to grips with. Like I don't even know where to start. I want to be helpful, but I don't want to be mean. It's just it's a hard thing. And the hard thing. So I like your system. That sounds like a good system.
Right. And I've always had to deal with a lot of like unscrupulous people or people that aren't very forthcoming or people that are conflicted or maybe even don't understand themselves very well. And so I've always had to kind of read between the lines. So for instance, with Moonlight Fire, I think everyone kind of agrees that the game looks very good. But I haven't yet found somebody who's like, oh yeah, this was like a high point of the jam for me. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I have that feedback.
Yeah, I gotta read between the lines there. Yeah.
Right. So, well, I mean, I tried my best, and sometimes that's, it's not exactly like gonna be a crowd pleaser. But I didn't really set out to make one,
Yeah, I certainly do not expect to have made a crowd pleaser with this one either.
I mean, I think it's a crowd. I would consider this one, yeah.
Really? I think it'll really hit with people who are into this kind of thing, but man, I could see there's a bunch of games that I played that I think are going to be like universally loved. Like it doesn't really matter who you are. The game is just fantastic. Like Swoop. I loved Swoop. That game was awesome. Really enjoyed it. And this might just be like my own personal bias coming in. But I think that game is a fantastic example of like, wow, this game is just fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I don't know. Again, I haven't made a lot of this kind of game. Figure games that make people frustrated. There are certain people that just don't want to be frustrated in this way. I assume. At least that's what I meant by that. It's like I don't think everyone's gonna like. That doesn't mean I'm unhappy with how it turned out. Because like most games, not everyone's gonna like it. Like you can't make a game that everybody likes. So it's not a knock against the game. I just like figure that might show up in the ratings because there are gonna be some people who are like, "What the fuck? I don't want to sign random documents. I don't want to sign a document I didn't read. This person was mean to me. I actually don't want to do." But to be clear, people feeling and interacting with it that way is kind of the point of the game. It doesn't mean that the game did poorly. It's just like, I don't know if it's gonna rate well. We'll see. I'm really curious to see what the ratings end up being. More just to understand the crowd, because I didn't have a ton of context on the BIGMODE crowd, what kind of stuff went. I certainly know it more now that I've seen like the kinds of games that were submitted for this jam. There were like huge groupings of games. It was very interesting to see. Like, also, I don't know if Slick was the best game jam theme,
right?
But yeah, it was so interesting seeing like, oh yeah, good 25% of the jam games are like the same 4 or 5 games. It's like, oh, Uh-oh.
Right.
That has not been my experience enough. But
I anticipated a lot of oil and ice, and my game uses both.
Yes.
Although that was to a certain effect. I
yeah,
definitely.
and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that the theme really heavily pushed people towards similar ideas, and maybe I'm not a big like game jam theorist, but it does seem like maybe that's not a great theme. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
interested to see how it. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how it collectively pans out. Like maybe I'm just thinking too hard on it, because like I'm sure people could make good games about anything, right? The theme doesn't really matter that much at the end of the day.
It also doesn't really necessarily even mean that.
Next year's theme is fun.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, exactly. Because it did sort of feel like Slick was just make a good game, which I don't love. I was actually
Next year's game.
pretty. Yeah, I found myself being the most harsh and opinionated when rating on theme, and I don't know how fair it is, right? Because like,
what I do is I know that like almost everything has there's almost always like there's a variety of interpretations, but there's none of them that are particularly novel. It's like Slick is in terms of like dirtbag, Slick is in like greased up, Slick is in like greasers and stuff, Slick is in like a sticky game. And I sort of categorize all of those, and then I rate them based on their category of the interpretation.
Yeah, it's a really good take. Like, how well did they execute on their idea that they did have? I like that. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. Oh well.
I do feel bad for the ones that I was like, oh, you were clearly going for this, and I don't doubt. Like, I did feel bad about those. Okay, been great talking with you. I gotta shut myself up and go eat and get ready to get on with my day. But it was lovely talking with you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, don't be a stranger.
I will not.
Very good. All right, well, that is Press the Button with EthanTucker.
Yippee!
Yeah, I'll catch you later.
Very cool. Thank you so much for having me again. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.